And we're live.
Oh no.
We are indeed live. Perfectly
You were live
timed.
before.
What
I
is
got a
live?
Hi.
What
I
is
got a
live?
live notification from you like
Oh yeah, you get it from Twitch, but you see I have a starting soon screen before I go over, so...
is that what trips that?
No, that was actually just really well timed. It's Me6 that does that for me, because Now Live is no longer fucking working on my Discord, so fuck 'em.
Me6.
Okay.
Isn't it from Rick and Morty?
No,
Yeah.
that's Mr. Meatseeks.
Yeah, that's what Me6 is from.
Probably, yeah. Pretty sure it is. Right.
Well,
We have the picture, as usual. So, when we left off, fuck's sake. The fuck?
Perfect.
I'll watch that after.
Yeah.
So, when we left off, the ship had been damaged and was undergoing repairs. Those repairs have now been completed and the Warden is back underway. Does anyone want anything to happen but in this transit point, because you're going to be in slip space for about 10 days?
I would like to check on my new ship.
Your new ship, but the Pelican.
Yes.
Okay. So it is a standard Pelican with some non-standard armaments. It's got 2 nose-mounted auto guns or auto cannons, a couple of air-to-surface missile pods, and a heavy machine gun out the back. It seems to be the gunship variant of a Pelican dropship, so you may be able to dogfight with it, but it's definitely going to be a bit more challenging.
Wait, if it's a gunship variant, wouldn't that be like a standard version of the gunship variant?
What?
Because you said it was a non-standard. It had non-standard armaments for the regular one, but wouldn't that be
Yeah, a
standard
regular
for the
Pelican transport.
Yeah, no, it's
Right, but you said it was a gunship version. So wouldn't that mean it's standard for
It's
the
standard
gunship
for the
version?
gunship, yeah, but it's not for a normal transport, which is what he believed he was getting.
Yeah,
Oh,
He
okay.
was told that he was just getting a Pelican transport, but he's been given a gunship variant.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, Tom, while investigating your new vessel, you encounter your new chief mechanic, David Hutchcraft.
David Hutchcraft. Let me get a word. Go.
He has been assigned by the captain to assist in any repairs or anything specifically for your team.
Okay. Okay. Could I just ask him to just have a look at the fuel injection, because you could probably tweak it and improve the agility of it, or the speed. You know, just get a little bit more out of the engine.
You've come to the right bloke. He's known throughout the ship for his non-standard modifications. He actually worked on the longsword squadron that's on board, the Warden's longswords, and they're now slightly more maneuverable than they used to be. They're also a lot quicker.
Ooh,
So
very good.
you're in good hands with him. He'll make sure things are running 110% of what they should.
Perfect.
So you finished in the hangar bay and everything?
Yeah, I'm pretty much done.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see what was cool, what was going on.
Anyone else want anything? You're now about 6 days into transit. You got about 4 more until you arrive.
Is there an armor on the ship?
There is. There's an entire deck
Uh,
based for an armory.
Was there like a specific like person?
You're looking for a quartermaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Well-
several quartermasters located in the main armories around the ship.
Is there anyone who can give my armor a look over?
On board the ship? No.
Cool.
Your best bet would probably be your chief mechanic,
Who's
which is
Chief
David
Mechanic?
Hutchcraft.
sick bay?
He knows a little bit about Spartan armor, but there are no scientists or any such on board that would know more than him.
What was his name again?
David Hutchcraft.
The man, the legend.
The man, the legend, the one and only.
David Hutchcraft.
Died. Right.
So, anything else you guys want to happen, or are you all good for slip space to end? Gonna take
I'm
the
good.
resounding silence as a no.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good for slip space.
So, as you're going about your daily business, the Spartans, no doubt cleaning their armor and weapons as good soldiers do. The rest of the team in the common area of their new quarters, having a chat, getting to know each other a little better, that sort of thing, having a laugh and a joke, similar to the Armco meetup right now. Less alcohol involved though.
Oh no, no, no.
Well,
You kidding?
oh wait.
All alcohol involved.
Ah, well, you are still all on duty, so.
Doesn't stop.
That has not. It's not stopped up before.
So you're actually about a day from arriving at the planet that you're going to, which is Antillies 4,
Which is why we're drinking.
which is clearly why you're drinking, yes. And you hear a shipwide from Harmony. All hands brace for slip space exit. And as she says this, a few seconds later, the ship lurches forward slightly and drops out of slip space. This time not throwing you against a wall, which you're all happy about.
Is it just me, or was that earlier than it was supposed to be?
And then you hear Harmony pops up at the door. Romeo 8, all hands on deck. You are needed in Hangar Bay 3.
Double time it.
Single time will work. We're receiving a transport currently, so...
I'll. We'll take a little longer then.
Don't
Time to
take
make
too long.
donuts.
So, unbeknownst to you, you have dropped out of slip space, as this is actually a meeting point for a vessel that will be taking on board the prisoners that you captured.
Ah, that would explain why we're early.
Yes. But your characters do not know this yet. They're just like, okay, we've dropped out of slip space, what's going on here? So, are you all going to make your way to Hangar Bay 3?
Yeah.
Eventually?
Do. Might as well.
Stop for coffee on the way.
Of course.
Of course.
There's just... Since your team arrived on board the Warden, the engineering team has been very busy making coffee dispensers every 50 meters.
I mean, I did ask for coffee dispensers every 50 meters. I was not disappointed.
Harmony is incredibly confused as to what the massive, massive requirement for coffee is, apparently, but she's allowed it.
Look, Harmony just wouldn't understand, okay? It's very important. Wow.
It's like a Starbucks, but futurist.
Yeah.
This is still a warship.
But Starbucks is
it's
already
not.
a futuristic It's sounding still a name. mega corporation.
It's not a warship. Don't know what you're talking about.
No, not at all.
Technically, it's a converted colony ship, but you know.
Where it's converted
Points.
into a warship.
points at the couple hundred archer missiles in stockpile.
Yeah, a couple of Havoc nukes, 50-odd deck guns, you know. It's one of the most
usual.
powerful ships in the fleet. The only things that sort of surpass it are Artemis-class battle cruisers and such.
What about-
the main Achilles heel is armor?
Uh-huh. The joys of having
Actually,
lots of
has the,
transport space.
Has UNSC Infinity been built by this time?
No, the UNSC
No.
Infinity is, at this point, potentially just only a talked about idea, not even blueprints.
Not even
Cool.
that, really. Because it was made 7 years after the war.
Well,
Yeah, we
it was under construction by the end of the war, but it was pretty much they just laid down a carcass and a shell. It wasn't.
No, I thought no. The Infinity was in Halo 4, which was in 2550.
2555.
Halo 4 was after the Covenant War.
The war ended in
Oh, okay.
2553. Well, technically 2552, but it was like December 2552 that it ended. So.
Okay.
So no, the Phoenix class is still the largest ship in the UNSC fleet. Well, that and technically the mobile repair for platforms are the largest, but they're also not warships.
What about the supercarriers?
Supercarriers are actually only about the same size as the Phoenix.
Huh.
They're only about 2 kilometers. The Phoenix is about 2.5, because it's a troop carrier, which is actually converted colony ship. So.
Yeah.
But as you all arrive in Hangar Bay 3, you see the captain, still a bit bruised and battered from his little explosive trip. Still got a crutch on one side, and the commander, Elizabeth Martin, who Tom luckily didn't shoot in the chest, otherwise she would have been sore about that.
I mean, I was gonna taser. No big deal.
And as you reach there, the captain turns to you a little bit slowly and says, "Ah, good, you're here. Took you long enough." And as he says this, the hangar doors open. You see the oxygenation shield that's keeping all the oxygen in, and you guys standing where you are. And you see a black pelican fly into the hangar bay and do a 360 or a 180 and land. No discerning markers, not even UNSC markers.
Snazzy trick, eh?
Ah. And as it powers down and everything, the captain hobbles over to the rear entrance, and the rear hatch opens up, allowing you to see inside. You see 6 Marines. Well, you think they're Marines. They're wearing all black armor, not ODST, but similar. You've never quite seen armor like this before. And as these 6 Marines hop out of the Pelican, you also see one officer who is kind of dressed in dress uniform and kind of dressed in armor. She's not what you would expect from an officer, and she hops out as well and helps down definitely an officer, definitely in dress uniform, out of the Pelican. And the captain says, "Ah, Commander Osborne, welcome aboard. I trust that the prisoners will be..." And he was sort of, the salutes go between them, and the commander says, "I trust the prisoners will be are ready." "Yes, of course they are ready, just as instructed." And as you are talking to Commander Osborne, you hear from the Pelican and then on the deck plates as you see a Spartan in Mjolnir 6 armor hop out of the back of the Pelican. You imagine she was probably in the co-pilot seat, as you didn't see her. But you are definitely sure that it's a woman. Obviously, that is Valk's character. If you hadn't guessed
Yeah, I
that.
kind of guessed.
She just walks up behind the commander and just sort of folds her arms like a bodyguard. And the commander says, "Ah, of course. I haven't introduced you to the chief of security. This is Lieutenant Hart," and he points to the woman in half-dress uniform, half-battle armor. She's a very strange person.
Ayo, Chief.
Here's a quick question to the GM. What ranks do Spartans ever serve?
They are Navy ranks, so you would probably be a petty officer.
So what's my what should I be thinking of saluting up? Any of the people currently worthy on the deck?
A good chunk of them who are on the deck and not us.
Yeah.
Because we've got the captain here. We've
Captain,
got the
2 commanders, a lieutenant.
Senior airman, you know, people that need to be silly.
Alright, I'll just as I walk up, I'll salute and say Spartan 066 Tigress reporting for duty.
And the captain says, "Ah, you must be the one I'm heard about. It's good to have you on board, Spartan. This is Romeo 8, the team you'll be working with."
Copy that.
He just sort of scowls at the rest of you, as in to say hello, damn it.
I'm going to snap the sharpest salute possible.
I mean, she does outrank you. Everyone outranks you.
No!
More.
I'm gonna do the boot clap as well.
Oh god. As you do this, Commander Osborne sort of raises an eyebrow slightly, and you hear come from the lieutenant, "Oh, don't be so stuck up, little brother."
Lovely to see you too, sis. Anyway, hopefully you've got your frequent flyer card, as you'll be needing it. Welcome to Romeo 8.
I'm assuming that's directed at Valk and not your sister.
Oh well, I mean, she can have a frequent flyer card if she wants. I mean,
She certainly does have one. It's above your classification, but she has one.
that was directed at Val.
I nod my head.
Wow, even when he's being played, he's a silent protagonist. Okay.
Gotta keep up the mystique.
I would like to also point out that Lubrical is floating next to your head.
Oh, you get to float. I'll be right back. I'm not gonna talk, but I'll be listening.
Okay.
Weird
yeah.
flex, but okay.
I would like to point out that Lubrical is there, and he is in his avatar form, so you can actually see him, rather than just being inside their heads. The captain asked for the entirety of Romeo 8, so...
I'll step up to the pilot and I'll shake his hand without breaking it. And
I feel like this is an important classification for a Spartan.
I mean,
It is.
and in doing so, the pilot will notice that some of the places of the armor have plasmas in.
I'm going to receive the handshake, and as she moves
Hopefully
in,
not get your hand broken.
Oh, obviously, as she moves in, I'm just gonna go a little short for a stormtrooper, and then
What's a
let it go.
stormtrooper and just walk past it?
Ah, fucking no.
I'm
watches
dense.
these
My
days.
character's dense for film.
Oh,
I mean,
dear.
she's a Spartan. I'd expect her to be.
Yeah.
Don't have much of a cultural
I
background.
mean, there was that one good film. It was about Sparta. There's 300 of them.
I mean, yeah, you would probably have that in your training about how 300 Spartans held the line against 10,000.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that is how they taught the Spartans. They were like, these people went beyond an overwhelming odds, and they held the line.
At the very least, for the Spartan 2s, they did that.
So, as this goes on, the captain talks to the commander, and he says, we would like to be underway as soon as possible. The commander says, of course, Captain. I wouldn't want to keep the Warden here any longer. Besides, the Paladin is due back at Earth.
Oh, Specialist Osborne.
As you say this, his eyes go wide slightly, and he looks at you and just goes, Commander Osborne. I am no
sorry.
specialist.
My apologies. I have troubles with rank. Staff Sergeant Dunkel. I believe we picked up a couple of documents in our last little engagement that you should probably bring back to Oni.
Well,
And at that, I'm gonna open my hard case and hand over the rolled up documents to them.
I see.
God damn.
And he just takes the documents, but at doing it, he takes hold of your hand as well. And pulls you in close and whispers in your ear, are you fucking stupid? And he takes the documents and lets your hand go and goes, I will make sure that these are returned to the correct people. Thank you, Staff Sergeant.
Just gonna put a little private comm to the staff sergeant and say, oh, looks like your career's down the drain.
Well, you see, when they're Oni, they're usually operative or specialist or something like that in my experience. Granted, my experience mainly been seeing or hearing rumors about them, so...
You done fucked up that one.
Yep. Yep.
As this exchange happens and the Spartan is walking off, the guards, the Marines return with the 3 prisoners, including your poor sap, Woodward.
Was that the one that surrendered?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the commander just turns and walks away and gets back into the Pelican without another word. And the lieutenant says, we'll deal with these traitors. You'll be cleared to be underway in about 10 minutes. And she looks at Cassius and says, see you round, little brother.
Ma'am, snapper salute.
She just rolls her eyes and gets back into the Pelican.
I just want to say to Cassius, basically stood behind him, like, what did you do to piss?
I did not hear you, Valk. What?
What did you do to piss her off?
I'm a brother.
It's just expected of me.
That says a lot, actually, and I'll just leave.
Yeah, it does.
Insight check!
I mean, you can do an investigation check if you want.
Yeah, can I do an investigation check to tell if he's like, that's his way of palming off because he has done something?
Hang on, would that be investigation?
Or perception?
Yeah, that would be an investigation check.
There's
There's no, like, one that would be perfect for this.
So, perception.
Yeah. Do you want to contend this role?
No.
Okay. So, your keen perception on this is there's certainly some tension between the two of them. You can't really pick up on what may have caused it, but you're pretty sure it's more than just him being her brother.
That's what I thought, and I'll just keep it to myself. It's not a Star Wars thing. Yeah, the whole ding 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 ding.
Actually, I got a question.
Okay.
Wouldn't they know about Star Wars? Because this is like,
Well,
doesn't
yeah, exactly.
Halo? Yeah, because Halo is like way in
yeah,
the future
but
of.
she's a Spartan. Spartans.
Yeah.
Spartans.
We're not allowed.
They don't
to
watch
watch
vids that much.
Yeah,
Only
Plus,
Tom
Disney's on its like 900th Star Wars movie. It's like the Rise of the It's like the Rise of the Skywalkers 9.
Yeah. So.
The Hunt for Banana King.
Pretty much. But as you see the prisoners are loaded up, Woodward glances at you slightly. Sad look on his face.
Would get fucked.
You can tell that he feels regret for what he did.
Got played, son.
Oh, he definitely got played. And do you say this to him?
I'm just heckling at this point.
Did you actually shout out "Got played, son"?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Got
You-
played, son.
You see one of the Marines who's escorting him looks at you a little bit sideways and then just gets on the Pelican without even questioning it.
Officer.
Yeah, everyone's a fucking officer to you.
Just this really people scene from Robot Chicken, just the Tom for officer.
Pretty much. So, as the Pelican is loaded back up, the doors close behind it, and it powers up, takes off out of the hangar bay, and the captain turns to you and says, "Come with me to the bridge. We need to discuss the plans for your arrival on Antillies 4."
As we're walking, I'll go, Lubrico, please bring me up to speed on prior events tonight.
Yeah, he connects to your armor straight away, just like he did with everyone else's. He basically then whispers in your ear for about 5-10 minutes on the way up to the bridge, fills you in on all the details of what happened and this sort of thing, warns you to watch out for Tom, mainly because he likes women. He's got a thing for the ship's AI.
I mean, it's true.
I'll say it to him, but forget I'm on, quote unquote, forget I'm on Vox, and just, he does realize that AI cannot physically integrate with beings, right?
Hey, a man can dream, okay? You can't stop.
He's like, oh, whoops. Easy, he understands what I'm on about.
I mean, she could become a hard light hologram, and then it might be possible, but
Poor ship, I mean...
just walking along, Spartan just patting a banister, just like, oh, poor ship.
Yeah.
I live in hope.
So, as you all make it to the bridge, you see Harmony in her holotable, just floating there, watching out the main window. As the captain arrives, hobbling. Took you a good 10 minutes to get there because the captain's slow currently. You arrive, she turns, and she's like, Captain, the Night Paladin is preparing for slip space. And you actually see the Night Paladin out of the main window. It doesn't really resemble a ship you have ever seen before. It's not a frigate or anything like that. It's a sort of... It's almost like a bird of some kind with a big fucking radar dish on the top. And that's about all you can make out as the slipspace portal opens in front of it and it vanishes.
Well, at least now we can say we've seen an Oni ship, huh? Eh?
Uh-huh.
No.
No one, no one.
Rather plush on the inside, and that's what I'm willing to do.
It's very nice internally. Cassius takes small offense to this, as his sister has got a better ship than him.
I mean, they took my fucking bird,
Uh,
and they've given me a fucking bus.
I mean, yeah, this is true. As you see the ship disappear, the captain turns to, looks at Harmony and says, "Take us into slip space and get us to Antillies 4 as soon as possible. The Tantalus needs us." She receives all data burst transmissions or any such other transmissions that are required before entering slip space, and you see this from the main screen, this huge blue circle with an almost black center, no stars, anything, as the ship lurches and you feel yourselves jump into slip space.
Well, that was pretty.
Is that a sleep space portal? Is that what you were describing?
Yes. It is the
Okay.
first time any of you have been on the bridge and seen a slip space portal before. Yeah, kinda.
I mean, hell, as an army soldier, this is what, the second time I've been in subspace? Third?
This would be the third time you've entered slip space. Because there was the first time where you travelled... Well, you've been on ships before, but you've mainly always been put in cryo before entering slip space. But this is the third time you've actually stayed awake during a slip space jump. So the captain hobbles, yes, definitely hobbles, over to the holotable, and Harmony, her avatar just transforms into a planet. You assume it's Antillies 4.
Sorry, I hope no one heard that.
Did you just mumble that under your breath? Hot.
Looking good, Harmony.
She jokingly looks. She's a planet currently. She jokingly just says, "Oh, I appear to have put on a few 1,000 million kilos." I mean, she already weighs about 114,000 metric tons, but you know.
I mean, now that I've derailed the brief.
The captain sort of almost scowls at you, but it's difficult to tell because he's got a black eye and a cut on his face that almost extends his smile. You're assuming something like a tool or something flew past and scratched his face. Still healing, but it's gonna be a neat little scar. He's gonna look like the fucking Joker.
That ain't.
I was about to say.
I want to
that's
know
so
how
serious.
these go.
Why so serious?
When I got these scars.
And as you look at the planet, you see that 13 ships appear in orbit. 13 UNSC ships appear in orbit anyway. And as you would all know, being assigned here, the Tantalus battle group consisted of 21 ships. One of them was the Warden, and you're only seeing 13 ships.
Oh, that's not good.
That implies that 7 of them have been destroyed.
Do you know which 7?
They
like
were
cluster ships.
They were mainly Paris class heavy frigates. They are normally the first to die, so they don't have the armor or staying power of battle cruisers and such. But Harmony tells you that the previous transmission they received from Antillies 4, the Tantalus battle group has lost 6 ships in combat, with currently 2 Covenant assault carriers. Well, no, not assault carriers. What am I talking about? Assault cruisers. The really long circular ones with the spiky shit on the front.
Thick. What? Moving.
Hang on.
The bowling pin like one.
Yeah. Let me get a picture for you guys just to clarify what it looks like.
Just so everyone knows, there will be in-flight music, so be ready.
The
Put my earplugs in early. Got it.
Well, we haven't even had the briefing. You're already putting your earplugs.
the
No, no.
ship. Damn it, that didn't work. Damn it. Just put the damn thing on there. Alright, I'll put it in the Halo chat so you can all have a look at it. And I'll save that so I can upload it.
Oh, that one.
Yep.
Okay.
That's not anything still
That's-
do if you're brave enough.
Oh
They
god, no.
they go boom.
Yes, they also, as the Spartans would have been informed during their training, you are aware that they have multiple plasma cannons, lots of point defenses, and a glassing beam. High energy plasma glassing beam.
That's enough fun.
There we go.
It's tiny.
That's what it looks like.
There we go.
And if I was to put it about the same size as it should be, it would be about that big, the size of the Warden. And they're
Okay.
engaging 2 of those.
Oh wait, how? What? It's like the same length.
Yeah, it's I believe it's about 800 plus meters. Let me have a quick gander. The official classification is a CCS battle cruiser.
Okay.
It is approximately 1 kilometer long. But they
Okay.
are incredibly powerful, as you all know. Well, you should all know. UNSC ships do not have shields.
No.
Up until 2553, UNSC ships didn't have shields. That's a really long link there, Velk.
And the image is more important.
Actually, yeah, that's true.
That is kind of helpful.
Yeah, in relation to Mass Effect ships, that's actually. Thank you, Valk.
Yeah.
So there isn't actually a. Yeah, there's not actually a Phoenix class on there, but it's twice the length of the UNSC cruiser.
Yeah,
Well,
that
About
ain't-
half
The
the
cruiser-
size of the
cruiser's-
assault carrier.
The Covenant CRS. Oh, that's the light cruiser.
Yeah, the Covenant cruiser is about 1,700 meters. And currently, all
Oh.
of those ships, Halcyon classes and
Viking.
other such, are engaging.
Viking. Check the number 1.
Ah, there we go. To give some clarification for the stream.
Let's not show the stream. Let's just have it all for ourselves.
Use your imagination.
Yeah, guys, use your imagination. Come on.
Oh no, super carriers and carriers are bigger than Phoenix, but the Phoenix is the biggest non-carrier based warship. And then you've got over here all the Covenant vessels. So, you receive this briefing, and Harmony goes over what will be expected of you specifically there are obviously colonels and other such on the ship who are briefing their own units and that. But as you come under the purview of the captain, you are specifically under his command, and he gives you the briefings and such. And he tells you that upon arrival, the reinforcement will begin. Such. Several thousand men, women, and pieces of equipment will be dropped onto the planet. ODSTs will be orbital dropped and other such onto the planet below. However, your objective is slightly different. You will be taking your Pelican down to the capital city of Lutania to go down there, reinforce, as the FOB down there is believed to be under heavy attack, and link up with the commander of that FOB and receive your orders directly from him.
I'm starting to try to get rid of us.
Do you say this to the captain?
No. No, I'm not stupid.
Tom.
So as he finishes giving you this briefing, and shows on the map where Lutania is, you see a huge sprawling city that appears on the holotable. You imagine it's probably about 15 kilometers in radius this city takes up. So it is quite a large city. And he shows you where the FOB is, which is pretty much city center. So you don't know who this commander of the ground forces is, but they are ballsy for setting up in the city center of a city that's being invaded. But after you receive this briefing, he dismisses you until you arrive. So you have now about 20 hours till you arrive at Antillies 4. You're already about 25 hours behind the rest of the fleet. Okay. Would anyone like anything to happen in this point, or?
I'd like to check all my gear and make sure it's in working order.
Yep. In this time, Valk, you have been shown to your room, and all your gear has been stowed there and such. So
Okay,
yeah,
I'll go and check my gear. I'll check on my sniper rifle, and I'll make sure my 2 PDWs are also operational.
Yep. So the Spartans handle their weapons and such, and they make sure all their armor is perfect working condition. Their weapons are clean and good to go. Sort of, you're all soldiers, apart from Cassius, who is a pilot. You're all soldiers. This is standard for you. You're readying for a drop. You're making sure your gear is ready to go. You've got your weapons fully loaded, magazines loaded. Everything's ready for your drop.
Is it bad that I'm drinking?
Drinking and flying is not a good idea. That will be a minus 10 to
like
piloting checks.
It's like the night before. So like,
you do have 20 hours till you arrive. That is fair.
I am drinking quite heavily.
Okay.
This is probably not a good thing, but I'll run with it.
So you're about 5 minutes from the drop now. You're about to approach the slipspace exit, and as all of you have been on slipspace before, you know slipspace is not accurate. You could come out anywhere within a 500,000 kilometer radius of your actual drop target. So there may be some slow boating to do once you arrive. You honestly don't know. Depends how lucky you get. With an AI, it does increase the accuracy slightly, but not much. So, is there anything you guys want to do before you drop out of slip space? You all got kitted up and everything ready?
Are we sat on the Pelican at this point?
No, you are currently about to make your way to the Pelican.
I'll wake up from a quick power nap.
Fair enough.
Look at this person fucking power napping.
Woo!
You don't know that she's been napping. She's sitting in full armor with her helmet on.
The joys of full face helmets.
Yeah, Red, you don't have one of those. You can requisition ODST armor if you wish it.
I think I'm good with my old.
But not
Army
right
armor.
now. You have about 5 minutes until you potentially drop, so...
Also that.
I'll just do a once over with the helmet visor to make sure that everyone else's gear in the racks is somewhat efficiently.
You're checking everyone. Gotcha.
Basically, yeah.
So, as you feel the ship lurch, because it's not at the current period, it's not even going into a combat situation. It's not standard to be at battle stations before exiting slip space, because you may have to do a pretty long flight over there before you can actually get into combat. Hi, Calamity. Calamity is in the stream watching.
Oh, Calamity, have a lovely Easter.
But so it's not standard to be at combat alert. You're imagining that if you do jump pretty close, you will go straight to combat alert. You all feel the lurch as you feel your stomachs enter your throats as you drop out of slip space. It is still an unpleasant feeling for all of you, but it's getting easier to deal with. And as you exit slip space, you immediately hear all hands battle stations. Now you expected
That's okay.
combat alert. You didn't expect battle stations. This means the ship is about to be attacked.
With that, I'll be up and already make myself to the hangar.
Yep.
Yep, I'm gonna grab my rifle and start running.
Okay. As you're doing this, Harmony stops you at the door just before you leave and says the captain wants to see you on the bridge now.
I'll turn
Alright,
straight
going
for
on
the bridge.
Ah, shit.
Do a
All
quick
plans. I mean, you were 24 hours behind in the data, so things have been updated since. No, Calamity, you can't take a message. So you all make your way up to the bridge at a jog, and as you reach the bridge, you see that the bridge is scrambling. You've got Marines running around the corridors as you made your way up there and that sort of thing. Everyone is getting ready for about to make landfall, and the ship's gone to battle stations. And the captain says, "Oh, good, you're here. Excellent. So, we've got some updated intel. 3 ships since our update have been crippled and can no longer hold a small gap, which a Covenant corvette has just made its way through, coming towards us. Unfortunately for us, our slip space jump was pretty damn accurate, and we've jumped into the middle of a combat situation. We also have received updates from the other vessels in the fleet that tells us about a interesting development that we didn't know about. The fact that there is currently an assault carrier on the planet by a supply base. This supply base is shielded. We cannot get a direct line on the supply carrier, or the assault carrier, which is not good. We need to deal with it while its shields are down. Otherwise, if it gets its shields up, it will enter orbit and obliterate the fleet. As you know, the assault carrier is the largest Covenant vessel aside from High Jarity. It is over 5 kilometers in length.
Am I the only one ever so slightly worried?
Is it possible to steal the other Covenant ship that's flying towards us?
You'd have to know how to fly it.
I can
That's what
fly.
We've got a pilot.
Tom,
Tom
its
can't fly
controls are in a-
Covenant vessels.
It's an
Not
entirely
cruisers
different
or
control
corvettes.
scheme. It's an entirely different control scheme built around an entirely different language, using an entirely different operating system and an entirely different technology for propulsion.
Also,
Fucking mad.
Tom, what Covenant language do you actually know?
I know Sangheili.
Okay, it would be in Sangheili, so you would be able to understand the controls. Whether you'd be able to do it, because they are about 9 feet tall.
Yeah, but like I could just get the shorty to give me a boot. Like, not even no joke.
Also,
I
I'm
could do
pretty
this,
sure as Spartans, Valkyrie and I would know Sangheili.
You would be taught whatever you needed to know, but Sangheili, yes, you would know it.
But
And
did you
we're
buy
also
it?
tall.
You didn't buy it though, so you can't have it.
They didn't buy it as a Rosetta Stone.
I spent 150 goddamn experience on a useless thing.
But that was up to you. I didn't force you to do that.
Yeah, but I want to be useful.
You have an AI that knows all the Sangheili languages. That was
Oh, yeah.
like the most useless thing you could have picked.
Oh, fuck you.
Tom, it's not the DM's job to make whatever picks the players chose useful.
I thought it'd be useful.
Oh my god. I
Oh
can see
dear.
what Calamity said.
Yes,
Captain,
Lubricol
what's
will
the
be
plan?
undergoing critical updates that cannot be stopped due to Windows Vista.
No.
Press
the other
F
one.
to Skyjack.
Yeah, that one.
Fucking Windows 9.
Fucking C-tab.
So we have reorganized the plan slightly. The Warden will engage the corvette until the frigates that were, the destroyers that were crippled are repaired to a stage where they can refill the gap. We also need to find this assault cruiser and carrier and destroy it. Until we've dealt with the corvette, however, we can't provide you with air support. So I'm splitting the team in two. And he goes down the list. Daniel, Tigris, John, and Cassius will be taking your Pelican down to the area about 20 kilometers from the city's edge, where the cloaking field, as it were, is currently concealing this vessel from our sensors. It's not like a physical cloaking field. It's like a scattering field that's stopping their sensors from getting a direct lock. So, you can't see it with sensors, but you can physically see it. That's probably a better way of describing that. Because obviously in Reach they had one that was cloaked.
Oh yeah, the one you flew through.
This one isn't cloaked physically. You can see it with your own eyes, but sensors can't, and neither can the ship's cameras or anything like that. Meaning they can't get a direct lock on it. You will take the ship down to this location and get us a direct firing solution on that thing, which we will kill it. Cut its damn throat off before it has a chance to do anything. Like, kill the fleet. As for the rest of you, you will be heading straight into Lutania with a group of 101st ODSTs. You will be dropping in there, so that should be exhilarating enough for you. You see Grim. Grim is excited by this. He's an ODST. He loves doing drops like this. You can't tell what the other Spartan is doing because he's completely covered face. You also can't. You can see that Leroy, the Marine, is actually a little concerned by this. He's never really done an ODST drop, so there's a first time for everything. So as he gives you your orders of what you're doing, he dismisses you as you feel the ship start to shake as the Corvette is engaging.
Oh, so we can't steal the Corvette.
No. It's currently also got a fuck ton of banshees around it. They've also launched longswords and broadswords and that to engage the banshees. But as you're running down the corridor, you can hear the deck guns through the ship, resonating through the ship, firing on this Corvette, which you would have thought the Covenant would think they're pretty outmatched. A Covenant Corvette versus a Phoenix class. The size difference is vast in its own, but the Covenant are not the brightest, it would seem. Especially not on Corvettes, they tended to be run by brutes. So as you all make your way down to your hangar bay, you split off at a junction, and the ones who are ODST dropping into the city go one way, and you guys go the other. You arrive at your hangar bay. The hangar bay is currently, it's combat alert. There are engineers, soldiers running everywhere, getting Pelicans ready to go, and this sort of thing. You're gonna hop into your Pelican?
Yep.
Yep.
So you all hop into this Pelican. Oh, sorry, Tom.
No, it's fine. It's could I just get everyone to strap yourselves in? We're going to be going into a hot zone, so make sure you got your frequent flyer cards out so I can log your miles, and enjoy the ride.
There will be refreshments served.
Refreshments will be served about halfway through the journey. Turbulence pending. Thank you very much. Thank you for flying with Park Airways.
God.
Who's the co-pilot?
There is no co-pilot.
Okay.
You can
I mean,
sit
I
in the
could, but
co-pilot
I don't
seat
know
if you want.
why.
I want to sit in the co-pilot seat.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
And I'm just going to walk right past you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're gonna stop a Spartan. So you've all slung your weapons and everything, and as the doors open to let you out and such, you're then preparing to leave, and there is a huge explosion in the hangar, and the door of the hangar bay and the pylon that separates two of the doors and a good portion of the floor are gone.
Go, 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 go.
And you can see engineers and other such being sucked out of this as the emergency armor is being slammed down into positions to try and lock it down. Make
Why
a
didn't I
piloting
ask
check
someone for a
me.
vacuum sealed suit?
No,
I have
the
a
door
vacuum
is
sealed-
the door is sealed. The
I
back
I don't know.
Do you
door
want
is
to
sealed.
air or space piloting?
This would be space because all the oxygen has just been sucked out.
Any modifier?
Did you have the ship powered up?
Let's make this fun. I'm gonna say no.
Okay, that is a minus 20 modifier.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
That was pilot land.
That was the wrong thing.
God damn it, Tom.
Mistakes. What? No.
Stop pilot landing.
I'm clicking pilot space. Doesn't. It's not working.
Are
Okay.
you?
No. It
There's
doesn't actually matter. I'm actually kicking pilot space. Like, not even joking.
Are you sure about that?
You click pilot space. Yeah.
Huh.
See.
That's very odd. Fair enough.
I.
I will go with the first one then.
It's funny because you got the okay.
Wow, 4 minus 2, 4 minus 2. Well, good job.
Yeah.
So, you've piloted a broadsword. You know what you're doing. As this vacuum is dragging your ship along towards the hole, because Pelican, you've got wheels. It's just pulling you along. You've applied the brakes, but you're still just sliding. You decide to deactivate the brakes and slam the thrusters into full, using the momentum of what was already pulling you to basically kickstart the engines, and you blast through the hangar bay just as the doors go and seal that hangar bay, sealing the venting hole in the hangar bay. You're now in space.
I'll take questions later. Thank you very much.
Oh, someday I'll teach you how to do that. You can see rounds flying from out of the, because obviously pelicans have a little bit of a window on the hatch. You guys in the back can see plasma fire and main battery fire from the ships just being traded, and you can see the longswords and banshees and such having a massive fight. And you see 3 banshees heading towards you, as well as several plasma rounds. Make another piloting space check for me.
Okay, I'm gonna have to increase my land one because it comes out as 62 apparently. You know, I'll just whack a +10 onto whatever if I need to do space because it uses my land one.
Yeah, which is a bit
10
odd.
less. Okay, so the piloting check, just normal one.
Yep. Okay, you managed to dodge with some pretty interesting maneuvers. You managed to dodge all the plasma rounds that are inbound, and as you're doing this, you see lots of launches from the Warden, as you imagine the rest of the team is currently in their ODST pods being fired out of the Warden down towards the planet.
I really fucking hope they're in their ODST pods being fired towards them.
The Spartan, who knows? But same with Grim, who knows? He's an ODST, he does this shit for breakfast.
I'd imagine, because, you know, army soldier. I'm just sort of looking a little
He
green
is
in the face
currently
and go,
pissing himself.
Cassius, where do you keep the barf bags?
Yes.
Um,
And the Marine is currently in his ODST pod, pissing himself very slightly, as he has never done an ODST drop before.
under the seat.
They're
Just
always
make
under
sure
the
you don't
seat.
get. Just make sure you don't get up on the upholstery.
And
It costs a lot of money to get it clean.
be advised, if there is an oxygen leak, oxygen masks will fall from above.
Yeah,
Suddenly an air hostess version of Harmony appears.
No,
These are the
Harmony,
exits.
Harmony that we're taking out to save time. Time and space. Yeah, just don't. Let's just hope we don't get a puncture.
Please help others before you put your own, or please put your own oxygen mask on before you help others. God, I was on a plane like 2 days ago. That's all I heard.
And as you manage to dodge these, you realise that there are 3 banshees on your tail.
Fuck.
You also see from the piloting seat and co-pilot, you see pelicans also that are flying down, and they're being shot out of the sky by plasma because they clearly do not have as good a pilot as you guys.
Okay, cool.
That's
We're
debatable.
Has everyone got vacuum sealed suits or an air supply?
Everyone does apart from Red.
No, bottom left, where it says their names under their icons. If they could do it there, it just means I can see who they are before they even roll.
How do it? Says that
Cog, top right. I basically what I did, I put my name and my shield and HP in there as well, so the GM can see what's remaining. It's a D&D. Yeah, there you go. It just means I can know who is in my actual team because there's so many names.
I'm pretty sure it's not how you abbreviate staff sergeant.
No, that's a T, not a G.
Whoops. Wait. So you're saying like that?
There's no R.
No, there's no R.
It's a G. It's a SSGT.
You remember the
Yeah,
SS?
There you go.
There we go.
Just check the PNC sheet.
So there is pelicans exploding around you, and make another piloting check for me. A -10.
Oh, then that's a 0.
So you succeed, but as you're flying down, some plasma rounds from these banshees come very, very close to you. You even feel. Congratulations, John! You don't piss yourself.
I don't throw up in my barf bag yet.
You feel a few scrapes on the hull as plasma goes flying past. You're imagining that there's some blackened bits on the hull now where the plasma has gotten very close and scorched the hull.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do a quick maneuver. Oh, sorry, as quick as you can in a
maneuver.
A quick maneuver to try and get behind one of the banshees.
Okay.
Would that be a stunting?
That will be a stunting with a -20 because you're in a pelican. And he manages it. So, all of you in the back, John clutching his bath bag, and the Spartan currently just, I don't know what you're doing, just bracing yourself. Not even really that much, just holding your sniper rifle and that, so it doesn't twat anyone in the face. You both feel your stomachs, almost like jumping into subspace, your stomachs just go into your mouths as this high G maneuver whips the pelican back, doing a one... and John throws up. Pulling the pelican back in a full 180 flip backwards behind this banshee in front, who's now in front of you. Well, all three are now in front of you. They were in a tight formation. And what would you like to do?
I am going to strafe them with autocannon fire and dumbfire one air-to-surface missile pod.
Wait. Why are you using air to surface? Doesn't it have air to air?
No, there's no AA missile, so I'm just gonna try and dumbfire one.
I mean, you
It's
have
just
twin
crazy.
auto guns.
He gave you AA missile pod.
No, surface to air anvils.
Wait,
Early using AA pod.
I'm gonna strafe. I'm going to use the autocannons and fire just a missile, just to try and get something.
Lupercal assist the pelicans.
Lupercal's updated.
Lupercal is currently with the other Spartans, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're flying blind.
Since
I'm
in
in
the
the
pilot
co-pilot
secondary,
seat.
yeah. So just let the Spartan use one of those weapon systems.
Yeah, Spartan, dumbfire. Actually, you know what?
Why don't
You fire the autocannons. I'll dumbfire the missile.
Hang on, I'm quickly making up the
Teamwork.
sheet.
Oh, the autocannons are slightly turreted.
Well, the thing
Tom.
is, yeah, my next plan is even more stupid, but it might work.
So, you should consider adding range weapons. Add the actual ship weapons to your sheet. That way you have them for like other users.
Actually, that is true.
That's
Because then you can
that's-
roll it. Oh, he's doing it for you.
You should all have a new character called Pelican.
Yes.
Oh, he's adorable. Can we
Hello,
keep him
Peli.
cool and
Hello,
George?
Pelican.
Can we
He's a
call him George
pelican,
and
not a
Logan?
pelican.
Boo, now he's gonna miss you, Jing.
Yeah, actually, to be fair, I think God, that's a lot of fucking damage.
Yep.
Is that it?
We gotta flex tape that.
That's a lot of damage.
If it wasn't for the fact that we don't have people with sealed helmets, I would have popped the door and started.
Oh no, that was the plan. That was the plan.
Well, we can't because technically,
Well, you
I mean,
can
yeah,
if I go
he's
into
not-
the pilot's compartment, because the
Yeah.
pilot's compartment is sealed through a different internal door.
True.
Hold on.
I need someone to fire. The autocannons for me. So.
No, man, just pop the rear hatch and start firing like a tail gunner, but from within the compartment.
Anvils don't do nearly as much damage as the autocannons.
Yeah,
I
but
guess
it
there's a
looked-
benefit to hit.
Yeah, but it looked cool. So like.
I mean, what's the amount of shots per each though? Because one might do more shots than the other.
The autocannon does 7 ROF, and the anvil only does 1.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna hold off on the anvil. We're just gonna strafe with the autocannons.
Okie dokie. We will have to fill this pelican in a little bit more.
It's fine. We can.
But there we go. That's the basics.
How much crew does a banshee? Not a banshee. What did you say was falling?
Banshees.
3 banshees. Single.
Single crew.
It's fine.
I got
Okay.
another idea.
What do I need to? What do I?
You
need
want
to
to
do
hijack it, don't you?
Yeah.
What do I need to do to fire?
Roll your ranged melee. Or ranged
I
melee.
thought I was
Warfare ranged, or the Spartans warfare ranged.
What's your warfare ranged?
firing. Bigger than yours. Warfare range is 54.
Okay, yeah, that's bigger than mine.
Wow. I
I'll
should've
give you a
said
plus
that.
10 for a assisted targeting.
Yeah, I'll work on the targeting.
Well, it's the Pelican's onboard computer that's
Yeah,
doing it, but yeah. What? Oh, there we go. Plus 6, okay. And now, let's see,
That's a spicy meat.
there are 3 in front of you, so only 1 gets hit. Roll 2 damage from the autocannon.
So just click the roll button twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, yeah. That.
Yep, and then click it again.
I gotta open it back if I closed it.
Nice. Fucking hell.
Yeah, no,
It's like 60 damage right there.
that's a lot of damage.
So, this is like almost like a twin-mounted nose gun, rather than like, in the Armco server we have just the one like triple-barreled Gatling gun on the front of the Pelicans. This has got 2 of them. Think like a Tau drone.
Oh.
So you basically just unload these twin barrels into this one Banshee, and the first couple of shots, the second one straight through the cockpit, and the third one hits it's something important. You're not entirely sure what, but it just and you see the wreckage and body of an elite just pretty much bounce off the hull of the Pelican.
I'm going to turn to the Spartan and look at him and go, "Good shooting, Tex."
Oh, for
And
fuck's
then,
sake.
Look, it's all he does. Okay. I'm then going to whack on an old Earth song called "Come and Get Your Love" by Redbone.
What is this? Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, pretty much at this point. And then I'm gonna, take a lazy maneuver and try and bring us down, like, planet side.
There's still a Banshee.
Yeah,
No,
but like,
the other 2 Banshees have pulled off.
that's
you
what
said
I was.
there were 3, and I blew up 2 of them.
No, you
No,
blew up 1.
Oh.
You really fucked up one.
Yeah, you basically wiped out 1, and the Banshees were like, that was our squadron commander. Let's pull back to base. That was like the wing commander, and they were like, we just got fucked by a Pelican. No. Okay, so you come down into atmosphere. John, make a courage check.
Actually, I'll make a pilot. Okay, I'll do a piloting thing to try and make it as smooth as possible.
Okay.
Because I know how he is.
Yeah, he's already thrown up once.
There's not much left.
Of what? His lunch.
I would assume it would be like breakfast.
Yeah. Breakfast would probably be fitting. Okay, so you successfully enter the atmosphere pretty lightly. John doesn't. John in the back doesn't feel much in the way of bumps or anything. And you cruise down through the air. Now you are all feeling the gravity now. There was very minimal gravity when he was pulling these high G maneuvers. now you are going to feel it a lot worse than you did before. Make one more pilot land check for me with a plus 30.
I can't fail that. I physically can't fail that.
I mean, it's landing the thing. Of course you can't.
I will.
You've landed multiple things before.
Watch him fail it.
So you successfully through a canyon pretty damn quickly and almost on its side. And you bring the Pelican to a slow, lower the gear, and touch down on the planet.
Thank you for flying Warden Air. Your in-flight refreshments will now be served.
All you hear is oof.
Seems that they've
They've already been served.
Then. Yep. Get out the seat.
God fucking damn it, Calamity.
Yeah, you saw that too.
So, you gonna undo the rear hatch?
Yeah, I'll just pop the rear hatch.
Yep. As the
and stroll down.
as the door releases the oxygen seal, you instantly all feel heat coming from outside this door. It's like as the door opens, you feel a wave of heat come in because you've been in space. So this Pelican is, I want to say, air conditioned.
Yeah, no, it is air conditioned. It's one of the
definitely
many stipulations.
environmentally controlled.
Yeah.
So you've been at a normal sort of temperature. Suddenly you're all feeling this massive heat. The Spartans not feeling it too much. It's not, they have temperature regulated suits. But they feel the like almost wave of heat hit as the temperature then drops again for them to keep them at a lovely balmy 72 degrees Fahrenheit.
Which is like 20 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, it's a perfectly fine temperature for people to operate. John and Cassius, however, you feel this heat, and it's for Red, it's about 85 degrees Fahrenheit. For
And
Tom,
Red's getting a phone call, so I'll be right back.
for Tom, it's about 25, 30 degrees Celsius, so it's pretty hot.
Okay, yeah, it's hotter than outside at the moment.
Yeah. And you all hop out of the back of this Pelican, and you can see not quite a desert, but it's certainly a tundra. There is brown, yellowy rocks all around you, and sort of a sandy, almost sandy dirt. Think not Nevada desert, but like Las Vegas.
Alright.
There's not sand everywhere, but it's sort of that kind of rocky, tundra-like atmosphere in that around this area.
Is there anything waiting for?
There's nothing waiting for you at the Pelican exit. You managed to get in below their sort of radar. You weren't spotted, but as all of you can like look up slightly towards where the center of the scattering field is, you see this massive ship.
Is it the cruiser we were looking for earlier?
It is the assault carrier, yes. And now that you actually have eyes on it, Harmony has got this camera link going that's patchy because of the scattering field. You're on the very edge of it right now. And she tells you that the name of the assault carrier by its registration is the CVS Pious Regret. You appear to be typing, Valkyrie.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I just need to grab something because my insides are killing.
Yeah, I need to go for about 20 seconds.
Everyone's gonna go. I'm gonna
Yeah,
grab some
we'll
food.
take a quick
It's
10-minute
lunch.
break or whatever. Give me a chance to talk to the stream. Hello, stream. How are you? I know we have a calamity over there. And there was dead silence. Let's get
Yeah,
the music turned on a bit.
Viking, the reason I had to go was because I'm just trying to test out the idea of whacking a basilisk artillery piece back of a war mummock.
Right.
Yeah, no, so I kind of want to convert a basilisk up, because I'm trying to do a Renegades and Heretics arm, and I wanted something a little bit whacker.
That's definitely wacky.
Yeah, well, I thought, you know what, fuck it, like, I'll just...
So Red's getting a phone call. Cool Guy and Valk have gone for food.
I am back.
With food.
Yeah, just frosted flakes. Might as well be frosted. Not great.
Red is on the phone.
So, like... So, look, I'm plugging in something like that. So, you know what I mean, like... It's got, like, a massive ass.
Artillery cannon on the back.
Yeah, on the back. Yeah. So I need to grab my like chimera I've got and just like kind of superimpose it over the top just to see what the size is like, and actually the size works.
It's like they've taken the war mammoths from Lord of the Rings and strapped a basilisk cannon on the back of it.
That's exactly what I'd be doing.
I have many questions.
Tom's just doing some really weird stuff with his.
No, because I bought one cheap. It's usually painted bits missing. So like I don't really want to use it as a moment because there's like massive amounts of stuff. So like side bits, but I could probably rebuild the plastic card. So it's like I want to be able to fucking like make something good out of it. Please. I'll be back.
Is this where, like, down the line, Tom's bonk's gonna have a picture of the ship AI?
He's gonna have one stuck inside his cockpit, like a pin-up girl. So Tom is currently away doing Magos things, sticking things to other things that should not be alone together.
Because I'm trying to eat.
Switch over to a beer at back screen actually. Hope. Oh, that's why the music wasn't actually playing. It's because the music wasn't actually playing. There we go. That'll do it. So we're waiting on Cool Guy to finish returning, but until then, that's fine.
I've been here.
Okay.
Red is the only one who's not here. I've been
No,
talking.
Red's here.
What?
Red just came back.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought he was
I'm
talking
back.
to the queen.
Yes.
Queen? Wait, what?
Who are you talking to? Because Valkyrie's
My
like, it better be
father.
the queen.
That's also valid.
So, you all hop out. You see this massive assault carrier. And you calculate you've probably got about 10 kilometers to walk until you reach the supply base that it's currently attached to.
10 kilometers, that's like a jog.
Why couldn't we just fly? Fly closer.
It's an assault carrier.
Yeah, point taken.
I'll just fly up to this 5 kilometer thing in my 30-meter long Pelican. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh,
they
these are
have
30
windows?
meters long.
Yes, it does have windows.
God damn.
It also has
Okay.
massive hangar bays.
Okay, that's
It's also
Sorry
above
about that,
a
I'm back.
heavily
I told you we
fortified
should've
supply base.
If we just
I
stole the
am back.
Banshees, we could have just flown right in.
You might have the option to. You never know. So do you guys want to do a perception check to see what you can see from here?
All of us?
Yeah.
Just
Ooh.
no change, no.
Ooh,
no-
I
no
flubbed
bonus?
that.
Do I get
No
a-
change at
Do
all?
Valkyrie and I get bonuses?
Do you have anywhere that says you get bonuses?
Flubbed that.
Wearing Mjolnir Mark 6 armor?
That's not a bonus, that's your armor.
It doesn't have like advanced sensors or something like that.
It has advanced radar, yes, but you're currently doing to see with your eyes, not with your radar.
I really flubbed that roll.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah, okay. You're right.
Wow.
Oh my god, not as much as he flubbed that. You're not
What?
very
Oh.
perceptive for a Spartan.
Jesus Christ.
Cool Guy is currently just fascinated with the vomit
butterfly
that Red
bunny.
has.
The pilot has more
spouted.
perception than you.
Give me a second. No modifier, Viking?
No modifier.
Wow, watch us all fail.
So, all you can see is the big fucking cruiser. You're all kind of just dumbfounded by the size of this thing.
Look at the size of it.
It's fucking huge, that Captain.
That scene from Pirates of the Caribbean. Boat!
Boat.
Boat!
It's a big boat. It's a really big boat. So, do you guys want to start heading towards the
The big boat.
big boat?
Yes, I will start heading towards the big.
You can leave the
Yeah.
Pelican Park there.
Make sure you lock
Tom,
it up.
get your key fob out and just click it.
Yep.
As you do this, the doors. Ding.
Do the lights flash too?
That Toyota click noise.
Other car brands are available. Well, you're not being sponsored.
No, God no.
Well, you should be.
Hey, if Toyota want to sponsor me with anything but a Prius, I'm happy.
Yeah, if Toyota, if you want to send me loads of money, very much down for that.
I'll
Anyway,
just say
anyways.
Toyota.
Sorry, I could never say anything nice about a Prius. It's a fucking Prius.
Sorry, I've derailed this.
So you'll start walking. Cassius and John are feeling the heat a lot worse than the Spartans. Neither of you are feeling this heat. It's
Assholes.
perfectly calm, cool, exactly
And collect.
perfect for you. So you're all walking through. You make it probably about kilometer and a half to 2 kilometers towards the base, and you towards the supply base and the ship, and you come to a big clearing that is actually quite high. Make perception checks, plus 20, please.
God damn it!
Jesus Christ.
Archie,
I
what's your
see.
perception?
You had a
I
plus
see.
20.
I see.
Mhm.
Valkyrie. Wait, what perception do you have?
Wait, how did that fail if it was still below 100?
You succeeded, but barely.
Okay, good. Oh, Cassius fucking
Red.
Yes.
Perception. Plus 20.
Sorry, little one's downstairs.
Valkyrie, what's your perception?
Not high enough, apparently.
not
No,
high.
like is it higher than mine?
Oh,
yes.
I have a perception of 30.
I have a perception of 80.
80?
Just like Robot Warfare Ranged is also 80.
How the hell do you have 80?
Because she focused on
I
like 3
statted
skills.
my character sheet.
So, Daniel is still focused on this butterfly.
Oh.
It's been on his finger now for about 1.5 kilometers. He's loving it.
Is this Lupico just fucking with hologram technology as well?
Lubrical is not
moved the
connected
others.
to you. Lubrical could have partitioned himself, but he didn't.
Gotta partition that hard drive.
Because he's a bastard and wanted you to suffer. And I cannot be asked to roleplay him.
I don't think you can roleplay the man.
No, this is
if I'm
true.
being honest.
So, you three see this big sprawling base in the distance, probably about 4 kilometers off. Actually, the Spartan with the sniper rifle can get an exact distance of 462 meters to the 4,162 meters to the dead center of the base, to the big cargo lift that is currently reaching about 1.5 kilometers into the sky, attaching to Pious Regret.
What?
You can see many grunts. They're tiny little dots, but you can see them with binoculars wandering around the base, and vehicles moving around and that. And you can see an outpost that's about 1 kilometer from your position that might have something of use for you. You don't know. Looks like there's some vehicles, but that's about all you can tell. And just behind the huge tower, almost like a space elevator, you can see what appears to be a type of radar dish of some kind. It's a big dish type shape, but you're not entirely certain. You've never really seen it before or anything like it before.
It's a radar dish of some kind. It's a big dish.
Yeah, if
So
Lubrical was here, he would probably tell you that that would probably be what was showing off the scattering field. But you lot, not sure what that is. Possibly is related to the scattering field, possibly just a radar dish, possibly just satellite, or, you know, they're using it to get cable.
Alright. That thing looks important and delicate. Shall we blow it up?
Yes.
We could try to figure out what it is before we blow it up in case we want to use it.
It's Covenant.
Actually, is there an interface? Because like I know saying
You can't tell. Not at this range.
Do you want to get closer?
I should we go down to the outpost.
What's the range for it?
4,162 meters.
Only 4
The-
kilometers.
the
Oh wait,
little-
4 kilometers.
The little dish?
The little dish is about 4,290
Oh,
meters.
shit. We need to get much closer.
Yeah.
Wait, how far would you say the outpost was?
About 1 kilometer from your position, so about 3 kilometers from the tower.
How about we go to the outpost, steal the whatever's, or look whatever's there, and if there's anything important we can use, then head to the radar dish with possibly explosive vehicles and the like.
He seems to have killed that.
Technically,
You're right,
Red
sir.
is the superior officer right now.
Yes,
I am? Oh shit, I am.
that's my recommendation.
Alright, we'll do that then.
We'll do that.
Hey, I'm an army guy, alright? Fighting aliens is... Oh, okay, that is within my pay grade, but I haven't had to do it yet, damn it.
It's
Is it possible for me to intimidate Red to doing whatever I want?
You could try.
Roll an intimidation versus his courage.
Oh god, my courage.
Actually, no, your leadership.
Leadership? Okay, that I'm slightly
My
better
leadership?
at.
No,
'Cause I probably
cool
have,
guy intimidation versus Red's leadership.
I'm
Modifier?
going to step in favor of Red.
what would that be, -10 or not?
That would be a +10 to Red.
Red.
So nothing to me.
Red, I'm helping you here, buddy. I don't want this. Oh god damn it!
Alright, we'll do that then. We'll do what the Spartan says.
Basically, Red just hands over control to the Spartan.
Pussy
Probably a
Red.
good idea, because I'm gonna
Uh,
do it anyways.
Wait, you gotta go or going back?
Yeah, family calls. Because there's a Easter thing today.
So that's you leave.
Yeah. Do you want to
Yeah,
make your
could
way
be.
back to the ship to ensure that it remains secure?
Yeah, I'll guard the ship.
Oh damn it,
I mean, you can't fly
I'm
it,
just
but-
imagining like the Spartans just leaning over me, and I'm like,
You know,
You're in
I'll go.
charge here. I'll go guard the ship.
I'll go guard the ship.
I'll just casually like check the chamber on my chain gun. Fine.
Okay,
with that,
so Red, you
I
will
will catch
scoot
you all.
off back to the ship.
See ya.
Have a fun time.
Catch you later. And then there were 3. Albeit 2 of them are Spartans, but...
We got 2 Spartans and a pilot. What could go wrong?
Not much, actually. So, you're making your way to the outpost.
Slowly and carefully, yeah.
Okay, so you're not going at full pelt.
No.
Not that Tom could keep up with you if you were going at full pelt.
Tom should also be super dehydrated at this point, probably.
Oh no, you do have like canteens and that. Unfortunately, Tom's is full of whiskey. I'm pretty sure. So
No, I have 2.
one's full of whiskey, one's full of water.
Yeah.
Somehow
But,
this
like-
doesn't surprise me.
I don't tell you how to live. So, I think that you should back off and stop telling me how I should live my very much dehydrated life.
So you make your way there.
I just don't want to.
Stealthily
wanna-
and
Okay.
sneakily, you manage to avoid a Covenant patrol because you managed to spot them in time, and sneak past them without being spotted because you were taking it slow. If you weren't, I would have had you roll a stealth check. But you arrive.
Actually,
Sorry, cool guy.
No.
You arrive about 150 meters or so away from the outpost. I will have you make all stealth checks now.
What? How do you do stealth check?
The thing called stealth
Where?
on your skills.
There ain't a skill stealth.
There's not
Yeah,
stealth.
there
there's
really is.
camouflage.
There should be. Oh, camouflage then.
Okay.
No
No
modifier.
modifier?
I'll give you a plus 20 because you weren't detected up to here.
Woo! I critically failed.
I'm the only one who passed?
I'm gonna lie, every roll I've done since has been a minus and a 0, so like the rollers out.
The RNGesus does not favour you today, Velk.
Roll
How do you do
20s
that?
always got it out for me.
So,
I'm physically incompetent.
Did he accidentally fire his gun?
Oh fuck.
No. I could make him do that, but no, I'm not that mean. So, you're all sort of creeping up to this, and the Spartans are quite quiet, as always. The pilot, not really up for this whole sneaking thing. He's not brilliant at it, and he's making lots of noise, bashing the butt of his gun against the ground, knocking rocks here, there, and everywhere. Not that stealthy, but luckily before you're all spotted, the Spartan who did succeed their stealth roll, is able to stop him from moving while a grunt sort of looks up at the canyon edge, which is only about 25 meters high. But of course he's a grunt, so he's not able to see you, and he's just sort of like, it was nothing, and carries on with whatever he was doing. And you successfully, barely, managed to survive being spotted and going straight into combat.
Woo.
I think the only reason I passed is because I trained in camouflage.
Yes, I do believe that.
That's probably the only reason why I passed.
Yeah, you should actually have passed that, Falk, because you're supposed to have fully trained in camouflage.
Oh,
as a
really?
Spartan.
Oh, I meant to. Shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's see if I roll that. Yeah.
See, Spartans are supposed to be pretty damn good at camouflaging. Or stealthing.
I thought that was a mistake because I was fully filled up before, and I thought I accidentally did that. I didn't realize you did that on purpose.
No, that's a Spartan thing. You get fully
Hi,
trained in
Daisy.
camouflage. It's great.
You're not getting my pizza, girl.
So you're all now above this outpost. You can see it. It's not too big. It's about... Well, it actually appears like it's almost a gas station that the Covenant have moved into. Do you guys want to make perception rolls to see what you can see?
Yes.
Perception. Fuck.
Any modifiers?
I'll give you a +10 because you managed to successfully get pretty damn close.
What do I see with my special eye?
Hey, that's pretty good.
What do your elf eyes see? So we'll start at the bottom. Tom, you see some grunts milling around doing grunt things. You see maybe a jackal or two. Some big purple bubble things. Pretty sure they're ghosts. Not entirely certain. Because they're half concealed behind the petrol station.
Ghosts are like the land banshees, right?
Yeah. Daniel, you can see these are definitely ghosts. You can see that there are 2 jackals and about 6 grunts milling around. You're imagining there's an elite around here somewhere. Because they always had an elite leading them. Up until the brutes took over. Valk, you see all 6 grunts, 2 jackals, 3 ghosts, and a shimmer.
Oh god.
I'll speak into my head comment, let them know that there's potentially a cloaked enemy in the...
Can I turn on my HUD?
I would have assumed that you all had your HUD on.
Oh.
Okay. Don't think it's... How much do we know about kind of like thingy tech?
What, stealth tech?
Yeah.
The Spartans have their own version. It's not as good as the elites. Depending if they picked it or not. I'm not sure if any of you did. But
Pick what?
active camouflage.
We
You were
could
supposed to
pick
choose armor
these
abilities?
things.
I would allow 1 armor enhancement.
Per session?
No. Well, I suppose it depends if you
What
want to change
page?
it.
Can you tell me what page that...
Yeah, I didn't know we could pick this.
Yeah, we had no idea this was a thing. So please give me a picture if you... a page so we can use it down the line, mate.
Yeah.
Was it armor permutations and modifications?
Possibly. Hang on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, I think that's the 146.
What page is it on?
There's nothing there about anything to do with Spartan.
I guess we don't get abilities.
Interesting.
Every time someone says that, I get worried.
Vikings getting new ideas.
That's what worries me.
Because this is quite important to find.
Yeah. That's armor variants. Strange.
That's also very worrying.
Why is it worrying?
Just every time someone says strange, I get worried.
Okay.
It's fine. We don't need armor abilities.
Well, I'm going to say that the 3 armor abilities that are available are Armor Lock.
Jetpack.
That's not an armor ability. That's an actual jetpack. The bullfrogs use them. There would be Armor Lock, Bubble Shield, and
Hologram.
Active Camouflage.
Why not hologram?
No. Not at this period in time. And I'm going to
Okay.
say that you can sprint without having a fucking module for it.
That was so dumb. Pissed me off for the entire campaign.
I get that maybe it increases your sprinting capabilities and such, but they made it so that you had to have it in order to sprint.
Yeah, which is dumb.
Oh, yes. So, Spartans, have you picked your armor ability?
So she had shield, cloak, and what was it?
Armor Lock.
I'm gonna go with bubble shield.
Okay.
Go with cloak.
Okie dokie. So, Spartans know of active camouflage, and you all know that Spartans have it, but it's nowhere near as good as elite active camouflage. They have perfected stealth technology to almost an art, apart from the fact that there is shimmering and a noise of it, which while the Spartan ones are not so good on the whole cloaking part, they don't have the noise and the shimmer is not there. But they're not a perfect cloak.
Also, Viking, I forgot to tell you. I picked up Eagle Eye,
Okay.
and I get +10 bonuses to visual investigation and perception.
Okay.
I forgot to tell you that earlier.
I mean, you passed anyway.
Not for the other ones.
Not for the other ones, yeah, but
Just looking at the butterflies.
even a +10, you would have still failed both of them, so
You sure?
yes.
Yeah, you would have.
You had 60 less on the first one and 30 less on the second one.
That's fair.
One quick question. Not for this mission, but the next one. Are you going to allow us to use the armor permutations? Because apparently each armor has modification slots in each body location.
We shall see. Because it's dependent on what happens in this one, really.
Okay.
So, what would you like to do? You do have the element of surprise, and you're pretty sure you know where all of them are.
Do we know
I'd
where
like-
the elite is?
I do.
Valk can see him,
Okay.
and
No,
once
it's-
she points him out to you two, you also are able to see the shimmer.
Do we
will
have
start-
clear line of sight on everyone?
You can see 3 of the grunts clearly, with the shimmer of the elite clearly. 2 of the jackals, they're mostly concealed through the glass of the petrol station, you can see them. And the other 3 grunts, you can see the tops of their methane tanks wobbling around inside the gas station.
Okay.
Is there a better location to have Overwatch over the general area? Or are we in the best spot?
There's probably a clearer spot about 200 meters down where the canyon wall goes in towards the road further, which would give you basically a 90-degree angle switch, so you'd be looking down that way rather than across.
Valk, have you got a sniper rifle?
Yes, I do.
Could you take say an elite's head clean off if we
Yes, I
Hold
could.
on, hold on.
She would receive penalties as it's cloaked.
What? No, if I could get it to uncloak.
I mean,
Don't
I
worry, I already plan to do things like that. So even if you guys were to go in, I'd make sure none of you got back.
I mean, I was gonna set up down the road where, like you said, there was another vantage point with my turret on the tripod.
Okay, so the thing is, I was thinking that maybe because I go in, I pretend to be, you know, I shout. I'm like, I pretend to be like, you know, it's like if I know the elite's there, then he would expect me to be friendly, right? Because like, you know,
You're a
if I
human.
yeah, no, but if I hide behind a rock and shout out in Sanghili that I'm injured and that I need assistance, hopefully the elite would come. Blammo.
Or you can just use deception.
Cool guy. Then you. No, obviously, yeah, I'd have to deceive them.
No,
Not
that's
only
like a
that, you'd
skill.
also have to probably use some climbing gear or something to climb down, as it's 25 meters high.
Oh yeah.
To clarify,
I can
about
just-
3-story building.
Yeah. Okay. Does anyone have climbing gear?
I mean, Falcon, I could just jump.
The
It's fine.
Spartans could jump, yes. Tom cannot.
What if we hold Tom and jump?
Could you like hold me? Yeah.
Nobody throws a dwarf.
No. Cool guy's the short one.
He's taller than Val.
Yeah, but he's still short in my mind. Anyway, yeah. Could you throw me down?
Is that
Not throw me
possible?
down. No, not throw me down, but like think you down. Jump down with me.
That would require some stealth rolling.
Alright.
Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna
Well, hold
basically
on.
jump
But-
down
but-
with Tom.
Well, not Bug. Viking. Is it possible from where I jump down with Tom, could I go down the road and set up, or would I have to stay with Tom?
Wait.
You could definitely try and sneak past, but you would have definitely got a penalty because you would no longer have the height advantage.
Alright. Let's try that. You guys go with that?
I'll cloak up and set up the bipod on my sniper rifle and start overwatching the.
Okay.
Alright, so I pick up Tom and I jump down.
That's
What do
going
you
to be
want
an
me to roll?
athletics check, followed by a stealth check. Actually, it'll be stealth, then athletics, then stealth again.
No modifier.
Minus 10 because you're carrying someone.
Where can I?
Fuck!
Where can I find these headshot special rules information?
I haven't a fucking clue.
Okay, I'll keep looking.
I will probably define it myself.
Equipment special rule. Maybe.
So you
Well-
failed that camouflage roll.
Fuck, how did I fail it?
You go to pick him up and some rocks
Oh,
clatter down the side, and you manage to hit the deck just before the ground goes, huh? Huh? What was that? Okay. That doesn't make any sense, but okay.
they don't get to add their toughness rating to their armor.
There is no toughness modifier added to their armor.
That's for
So-
when you get shot in the head, Val.
I think no, that's
Yeah.
headshot. That's not
Then-
me.
If there is suddenly a rule about adding toughness modifier to their armor when figuring out damage, that's a new one to me.
I guess the way you can run it is by going, if I shoot them in the head, they only get the value of armor rather than the rest of their body.
Oh yeah.
So it's basically a cool shot by default.
So the grunt looks up and around. He's getting pretty suspicious now, and he's like, "Meh." And you see him start trotting off towards where the elite is.
Can I say I'd like to hold my fire action until I see any of the cloak uncloaked? So, like, I'm not going to shoot anything until I actually have determined that the elite is uncloaked and then fire them.
Yeah.
Good. That's what I'll do.
I hate to be an absolute bore, but I do have to go.
Ah.
I'm gonna be about 20-30 minutes. Like,
Okay.
I'm
I
sorry,
what do you
will-
need to do?
I will play you. For
Boom.
that one then.
yeah, make sure you're quippy, sarcastic, and he's surprisingly accurate with a shotgun.
Okay, we'll just see about the surprisingly accurate with a shotgun. Okay, so make an athletics check then.
No modifier.
For you, plus 20, because you're basically just carrying this human. Hey! And now make another
Finally.
stealth roll. I'll give you a plus
Stealth
10
roll.
because you're jumping behind
Lord.
a rock. You successfully managed to basically, after this grunt is sort of looking around and is like, what's going on? I don't trust this. And then starts going over to Pupper Elite for protection. You manage to, while he's got his back turned, you manage to just basically hop down with Cassius and softly land behind a rock without breaking his bones. And you manage to hit him. Now, do you want to try and move down the road?
Is the elite alerted now?
The elite hasn't been alerted, but that grunt is still being vigilant. He's got back to the elite and he's now sort of looking around, pretty twitchy.
What do I have a line of sight on?
Currently, 3 grunts, an elite, and that's about it.
So none of the jackals.
You can't see the jackals from your position now.
Can Valkyrie see the jackals?
She can, but she would suffer a minus 30 to shoot them because they are through a very small gap.
I'm also completely focused on the. Like, I'm completely blotting out absolutely everything but the elite.
I guess I'll try to go down the road.
Okay. That's a camouflage check with a minus 30.
Fuck.
I will also load my high velocity special magazine.
Okay. I'll say that you
save
did
it?
that while they were jumping down.
You're save up rounds.
So,
this is different.
as you step out from this rock, trying to be stealthy, you lock eyes with this grunt. You can tell he spotted you. Hey, man! And then there's nearly a second that goes by before he starts jumping, yelling, "Demon! Demon! Kill the demon!" And now, roll initiative.
I get a plus 10 on that. Right?
Where is initiative?
Initiative is roll 1d10 plus your modifier. Your agility modifier.
Where is initiative?
Spartans
Is it not
get fast-footed, so you're able to roll 2 and pick the highest one.
Is initiative not on the thing?
No, you have to roll in the
What'd you say it was?
/R 1d10 plus whatever your modifier is.
I'll take the 15.
And then you said plus agility.
Why are you Lieutenant Junior grade? You're a Chief Petty Officer.
I changed it.
You can't do that.
You said I could.
I didn't say you could change your rank.
Yeah, you. Pretty sure you did.
No, I'm pretty sure I didn't. You were already a very high rank.
He said mine was petty officer second. PO2.
You said roll one with D10 and then do another one.
And then you can pick the highest. So you got 15.
Plus your agility modifier.
Oh, plus my what?
Not the 1d10 plus 10.
No, that was my because I get that.
You put your mythic on that as well.
Oh, I do. What's
Mhm.
which one? Oh, agility plus 4. Oh, I have plus 4 to bow, so I'm 19.
So I have 20
That
and
didn't work as intended.
19.
1d10.
You have an agility of 100.
God damn it. I know what the problem is. There we go.
You have an
There we
agility
go.
of 100.
Me?
Yeah.
With Mythic, he does.
Yeah. So do I have to re-roll again, or do I just? It's
No,
20
you
and
added the
19?
Mythic on.
Yeah, so I have 20. I'll take the 20.
No, you have 16.
What? No, I
You
didn't have
don't
the
have an agility of 10 or 100. You have an
It's
agility
done
of
in
45, so you have
Yeah, so you're plus
yours,
4.
that's plus 9.
So he's equal to me on my first.
Yeah, so you got initiative 15.
Okay, so I guess I get 15.
Yeah, your
That's
characteristics
still
are
pretty
done in
high.
10. You get 1 dice for every 10. So if your agility is 46, then you get 4 dice. So it'd be plus 4.
Oh, okay. Okay. Why is there a pilot just chilling on the wall?
That's Tom, he does that. Plus 3. Poor grunts.
Wow, wow, wow.
The jackals. Poor jackals. And the elite. Poor elite. Okay, so. Okay. Tigris, you get to go first.
Okay, so it's 2 full action. How is this working? Because this is my first time playing this module.
For what in particular?
What am I? What page can I look at for action on the thing? That way I can just quickly see what I can actually do. Because I don't know what we're doing. How the actual actions things work.
Let me find.
Non combat action.
There is one definitely in here.
Oh, rounds, turns, and action. 74.
Yeah, that'd be the one.
Oh my god, come on.
Uh,
It's not actually giving me the list of what my actions. Oh, here we go. Grappling. No. Holds, no. Advanced melee, no. I just want to know what I could do.
you can shoot him.
Well, yeah, but I want to
I
just
found it.
aim and
79. Oh,
what
yeah,
page?
79. 79.
That's melee.
Keep going. Oh, is it just me?
That's all
That's just
melee stuff. Basically, you can aim, you can shoot, you can move. There's non-combat actions and
65.
combat actions. 64 and 66. Or 67.
Okay, I would like to set up a kill zone, which is essentially just a concentrated aim and a set target. I want to put a cone around my allies, so should the elites come to know his presence, I will immediately fire upon him. So I'll hold my action until he is revealed to be
Okay.
in attacking posture.
Valkyrie, how many turns did you say it would take to set up a tribe?
Set up a what?
For your tripod, that would be 3.
3 turns?
Well, yeah, one
Reactions,
turn.
well.
One full turn.
Turn. Would throwing down my shield be a half action or a
Yes.
full action? Half?
Half, yep.
How
So
far is the grunt away from me?
you're holding your turn. The grunt is probably about 70 meters away.
Damn.
and
It's
he's
probably
the
too far to-
closest.
So it's probably too far to throw a knife.
I would say so, yes.
Actually,
Spartans are good, but they're not that good.
instead of having the kill zone, I'll just aim. I'll spend a full turn aiming and hold my actual fire action. That way, it makes it just easier.
Would it be a half action to pull out my pistol, or a full action to pull it out and shoot? Quick draw.
Half action to draw, half action to fire with no aim.
Yeah. I guess I'll do that at the grunt who spotted me.
Okay. I mean, you can use your chain gun if you want.
Yeah. Well. Okay. I guess I'll do it with that then.
Yeah, readying a weapon
It's
is
up to
half
you.
action.
I guess I well. Let's see. I could definitely put more bullets towards the grunt. Do that. Yeah, I'll use my chain gun. Let's see, what rate of fire. I'll fire 2 9-round bursts
Okay.
at the grunt.
A little excessive, but okay. So, roll ranged, welfare ranged. What is
No, my
the range of that chain gun?
30 to 400 meters.
Okay.
No
No
modifier.
modifier, no. Okay. And roll 2 damage.
Okay.
What? That doesn't seem right. No, that's not rolling right. For some reason.
Did I do it wrong?
No, it's not you. It's what? Ah. That's why. Now roll it. There we go. That's more at it. So, you, in a quick reaction, this grunt starts hopping around like his ass is on fire, yelling demon. And within seconds, he's shredded with a HMG's main, like 2 volleys from a HMG, as rounds just turn his body into a bloody corpse. However, you have lost the element of surprise.
I thought I lost it when the grunt started yelling demon.
Oh, yes. But now, there's definitely no hiding. So the elite, he's gonna remain cloaked, but start moving towards you.
Fun.
Still hold it.
He's gonna move about 25 meters or so, using all of his action, to a rock. Quite a large rock. Not super large, but large enough that he can hide behind. And the jackals are going to start running to get around the building. They will probably be in sight of you in about 2 turns. Cassius is Cassius, and he doesn't actually have an effective weapon at long range aside from his pistol. So he's just going to taunt the elite and sing Haley.
That's not too. So
The grunts, 1 less, and the 2 who were with the elite just kind of look at each other, and then they start moving towards where the elite was, or the elite is going as well. But they've only got little stubby legs, so they're only going to get about halfway to the cover.
Oh, sorry, I'm just disconnected.
Yeah, he's gone to the AFK channel. Tigris.
I am going to spend my full action to augment my weapon to brace it, so I do not get a penalty to drop it when I fire my heavy weapon. But I'm still going to keep holding my fire action.
Okay. Daniel.
Let's see.
There are 2 grunts out in the open and an elite who has gone behind cover currently.
Is there any other? Yeah. I'm assuming I'm behind a rock or building of some sort.
You're right next to a rock.
Okay. Is there any like decent cover where I could set up a tripod anywhere?
There's a concrete divider of sorts that's about 10-15 meters from your position if you're traveling down the road, which is the way you were actually heading.
How many turns would it take me to get to the place I was trying to get to?
To get to the place you were heading for, about 15.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You were heading a good distance.
300 meters.
About 200-ish, yeah.
Alright. I'll move to the concrete barrier and,
Yeah, I'll say that's a half action for you. As you kind of already had the
And-
momentum of moving already.
brace behind cover.
Okay. So you're basically just gonna get behind this thing and slam the gun onto it like it's mounted on there.
Yeah.
Right. The elite is going to take some shots at you from cover. So it's going to be a -10 on his range with his plasma rifle. He misses completely. So the rounds from it, you see them sort of fly from a shimmer that sort of forms the shape of an elite very translucently as a few rounds of plasma fly out of this gun. They impact rocks and that around you, but they don't come even close to you, and then his form returns to a shimmer behind this rock.
Huh?
The jackals are going to continue moving. They're about 1 turn from entering the battle. Cassius is going to continue taunting this elite, hoping to make him do something stupid in Sanghaley, as he's not in range to engage. The 2 grunts are going to continue to charge at you, avoiding their cover.
Interesting.
You don't know what's been said to them, but you're assuming the elite has probably given them orders and they're more afraid of him than they are of you.
Suicide judge.
Maybe, you don't know. They've not pulled plasma grenades, so you're not sure.
God, those things are annoying.
They're also going to take a shot at you with their plasma pistols, but as they're moving, it's going to be a -30, yeah. More plasma bolts around your head as they're sort of hobbling towards you.
How far away are the grunts?
They're closing. They're about 45 meters, 40 meters away from you now.
How far can I throw things? Like, how far can I throw a grenade?
A grenade, I would say, probably about 40 meters.
Would it kill them?
Probably if you successfully got them with it.
Is it my turn or is it Bel's?
It is Velkstone.
The elite is still not.
No, he's not fully uncloaked yet. You saw him for a split second, but he was like
Just
looking
a
at him
glove
through
is
glass.
gone, yeah. I will continue to aim and hold my action.
Okie dokie.
Do elites have shields?
Yes.
Okay. Is my gun resting on the concrete barrier, like a
Yes.
half wall? Interesting. I guess I'll throw a grenade at the grunts.
Okay. Make a warfare ranged check for me. I'll give you a plus 10. Actually, I think plus 20 for your strength. Yep. And now roll damage. That's not right. Hang on. Remove the space between the 2 and the D10.
Oh, is that what's causing it?
Yeah. That's more accurate. So, these 2 grunts are hobbling towards you with their plasma pistols at you. And they see this small ball-shaped thing come flying over the barrier and land at their feet. And they just stop, look at each other and go, "Oh shit!" and explode. Both of them detonating as this grenade blows up at their feet. And that eliminates those 2 grunts. The elite, seeing this, is going to bark some orders to get the other 3 grunts' asses out here. And he is going to take some more shots at... Actually, no. Yeah, he's going to take some more shots at you with his plasma rifle, this time with no negative. Oh. You're behind a concrete barrier, aren't you? Okay.
Yes.
So that's going to remove... make an evasion check to see if you can dodge the incoming plasma as it flies through the barrier.
Asian. No modifier?
You're already crouched, right?
I would assume I'm crouching behind the house.
Yeah, I'll give you a plus 20 if you sort of dodge to the side. It will make you prone, but...
Really? Oh wait, yeah. What the? I picked up a evasion this one too.
So you go prone as these 3 rounds come flying through the concrete, not really being slowed by this thing at all, and you will take 1 round grazes your leg, and you will take 10 points of shield damage.
Okay.
Which I believe only takes you down to like 115 shields.
Where's my shield stats? Oh, no, I only have a 50 shield.
You should have 125. It's what Velk has. And you're both wearing the same armor, so...
You gave me 50.
Yeah, we were
How much-
building
how
this
much
on
damage
2
did they-
books, so... 10.
So. Okay. Fun.
And the jackals now run around the corner. That will be their action to arrive here.
You said they were like 2.
Yeah, there was 2 jackals and they've just come around the corner. Cassius will continue to yell insults at the Sangheili, which is slowly but surely pissing him off. And the other 3 grunts are going to use their turn to come running out of the petrol station themselves. Tigris,
Okay.
keep aiming, hold action.
Okay.
Fun.
So it's going to take you a half action to get back up to your knees to fire your weapon. But you could get back up, fire your weapon in the same turn.
Is there anything I can't hit besides grunts?
You could hit the grunts and potentially the jackals.
All right, so I'm gonna get back up to crouching, and I'm gonna throw down my my shield.
Okay, that will require you to remain in a locked down position of sorts while that's
No, I thought it wasn't armor lock. I thought it was
Yeah, I'm
shield
doing
bubble.
it as it's not like
Oh,
the one from Reach where you just put down some kind of tiny little projector and it projects. It sort of projects out of your armor, almost taking your body shield and making it bigger.
Ah, okay. So it's like okay.
Kind of like armor lock, but attached to bubble shield.
Okay. Yeah, that's it's a little SOP.
Yeah, just a bit. Because it does mean that you are immobile while it's active.
Okay, so I would assume that's my full action.
Okay, so you sort of hop up and activate it, and as you do this, boom, a shield comes flying out of your armor, covering you a bit more. The elite is going to take this opportunity to draw his energy sword
Oh god damn it.
off his hip, and he's going to attempt to charge at you, swinging it. He is going to drop his cloak to do this, though.
The moment he gets within striking distance and he drops his cloak, I'm gonna fire.
The moment he gets within hitting Daniel. Okay, so he runs up to you, energy sword drawn, screaming at you. You imagine he's pretty pissed off by whatever Cassius has been yelling at him. Like, this is an elite that's almost foaming at the mouth right now with how angry he is. And Tigris.
Or fire.
Warfare
is there any-
ranged.
Is there any bonus from coming out of stealth? Like, he's not going to see this coming.
I mean, you're not going to miss anyway.
I mean, I get +10 for full action of aiming, but I don't have any other benefits other than the +10. So it's like, is there anything from just coming
Well,
out?
you've been aiming and you've got this. You've got the.
But if you want to say I've been aiming for 3 turns, that means that's a +30.
Well, yeah. Basically, you're not going to miss this shot. You are aiming for his head. You've been aiming for his head the entire time.
Watch you piss.
So, roll 1 round of damage.
Oh, so I'm just gonna. Okay.
You are going to hit. What's that? Oh. So, the round flies out. And it is loud. Just a single
Hey.
out of the darkness. Well, out of nowhere. You, the elite never saw it coming, as the round just straight through his shield, straight through his open jaw, and Daniel,
Sack of potato.
You at this range, you're pretty sure you see his brains now splattered over the rock in front, just behind him, as he just drops and hits the ground with a hole straight through his face.
Nice.
And that'll be the end of my turn. Just you doing that.
Okay, well, the elite is dead. Now,
Does that mean the grunts are gonna panic?
the jackals, seeing this, will shoot at you. Up,
At me
up
or
at you.
otherwise?
Yes.
Okay. Yep, because my cloak goes down when I fire a heavy.
Yep. And they're jackals. Sniping is kind of what they're good at.
Oh, I was
They're the
expecting
little pricks that have like the stupid rifle.
and yeah, the beam rifle and the energy shields.
God, they're so fucking annoying. You have to shoot.
Gotta shoot them in the hand, and then they just stumble.
Make an evasion roll to see if you're able to roll out of the way or duck behind cover or something.
Me
Are you being shot at?
or Valkyrie?
Valk is currently being shot
Any
at.
modifier?
You're kind of already prone, and that no modifier. So you managed to roll out of the way of most of the shots, but one of them does still impact your shields, and you take 25 damage to your shields.
Yeah.
The grunts are now going to do a... no, they're not going to do a courage check. They're going to freak the fuck out. Cassius is... There's not much he can do. He has a pistol and a shotgun. He's just going to inspire you guys, giving you a +10 to your next action. He is playing the bard. The grunts are going to panic. Let's just see if they can
They're
do
just explode.
no, we'll do a... If they survive to the next one, they will do a courage check to see if they can get themselves together. Yeah, Tigris. You won't have any bonuses for being braced or anything this time, as you've just rolled away from the jackals.
I'll just fire. Actually, I'll spend half an action to brace, and I'll swap back to my normal mag. So I'll spend my turn reloading, basically.
Okay. Wait, so you're going to reload your rifle? Oh, you're going to change
Yeah.
the ammunition type? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
back to normal. I've also taken one out of the mag of the original 99 velocity, because I'd actually set up 2 damage profiles for the different types, so I'm just going back to the normal one.
Yep.
It's my turn.
Yes. Let's see. Can I see the jackal?
You can see both jackals and the 3 grunts.
All right, I'm gonna fire burst at each of the jackals. I change.
Okay. That'll take your full action to do 1 burst each.
Yes.
So roll 2 ranged warfare with a... No modifier.
I thought you said I get a 10 on every action. Tom.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because you said Tom was gonna be the bard and said.
Oh
plus
yes,
10.
you do. You get a +10 because Tom's inspiring you. Lucky.
I'm just imagining these screams of you fucking what mate coming from behind a bunch of rock.
Pretty much. That is what Tom has just been yelling at this elite in St. Haley.
Or something about his mother.
You fucking once, huh?
Do you want me to roll damage?
Hang on. Let's see if either of the elites are or either of the jackals are able to dodge it.
Oh, there's more than one elite. Oh,
No, there's 2 jackals. I misspoke.
Oh.
Okay, so one of them is able to dive out of the way as these bullets come flying towards him. The other is not so lucky. Roll damage for 1.
What? Alright. What's the red box? Is that critical?
Yeah, that's a critical failure.
What?
It's a 1.
yeah, it
It's
means
a
you've
failure,
done. It
basically.
means you rolled a. That's why my one was 34 instead of more. So I rolled a 1.
Yeah,
So is the green like a or
a critical
That's a
success.
critical
It's mainly
success.
if you're using like D&D, so it's easy for you to just see, oh yeah, that's a 20 or whatever.
Okay.
So you unleash this hail of bullets on both of them. One of them manages to dive back behind the building. The other is not so lucky, and he loses so much blood out of the back of him as rounds just pierce his body, and he just flies backwards nearly 2 feet as these rounds kill him. Now the other jackal is currently laying on the floor, so he's going to take his full action to get back up and sort of take a pot shot round the corner at anyone he can. He completely misses anyone. Let's just see. Nope, didn't think so. He actually shoots one of the grunts in the back of the head with this blind fire, killing him instantly as a carbine round pierces his brain. So you're down to one jackal who is currently just very, very confused, and two grunts left that are running around.
How far?
Let's see if the grunt can make a courage save. No, they cannot. Cassius is going to inspire you guys again. He's like, "Get 'em, Spartans! You can do it."
He's our cheerleader.
Currently, yes, because I don't know what to do with Tom. Tigris.
I am going to get up, put my sniper rifle on my back, pull out my double PDWs, and run down the hill and try and get as close as possible and go to the nearest cover. Being in mind, I'm still probably 300.
You are about.
Because I was on the hill before they ran.
Yeah, if you jump down, that'll be an athletics check, which I'm pretty sure you can manage. But you will probably be able to move about 40 meters at a run.
Yeah, I basically just want to get into position near to where these guys are anyway.
You'll be able to basically run, jumping from a leap, basically, off the top of this. You'll be able to get behind where the elite was hiding, so you'll be about 20 meters or so away from the grunts.
And then
Suddenly,
I'll just take
my XOGM has arrived.
As you were all waiting for me, I know.
No, as we're about to finish.
I know.
Okay, so you moving closer. Daniel, what would you like to do?
How far am I away from the jackal?
The grunt's about 50 meters and the jackal about 60.
Would it be a full turn to go over to the jackal?
It would be a full turn to get about 20 meters away from them.
How long would it take how would it be a full turn for me to get to the front as well?
It would be about a turn and a half to get to the, being able to punch the grunts.
So I want to go punch some. Okay. I guess I'll aim my chain gun and fire it at the remaining jackal.
Okay. You're going to get -10 for this as he is behind a wall.
Warfare range.
60, so... Actually, no, -20 because he's behind a big concrete wall and range.
-10 because Tom.
No, that's past. That only works for the...
You said he did it again.
Oh, yeah, he did, didn't he? I keep forgetting. Fuck's sake, Tom.
Alright, so warfare range minus...
Yeah, -10.
Side push tab.
can the jackal successfully evade? I'm going to say he has a minus 20 on this evasion because he's not paying attention. He manages to evade though. He's just constantly getting up and diving at this point, and he dives further behind the wall. This time he's not going to be able to take an action as the rounds come piercing straight through the concrete barrier where he was just moments ago. But he is now out of sight. Cassius is actually going to do something useful for a change, and he's going to push up to where Valk is.
Can't boost us.
Afraid not this turn. The grunts, can they do a charisma check? Yeah, can they charismatic or their way out of this? No. Courage check. Nope, they still cannot courage for shit. So they're still running around screaming. Tigris.
I am going to run forward to the jackal and initiate melee with it.
Okay, well he is round the corner, so that's about 35 meters to get to melee, so that would be your full action.
Yep. And my melee number, what is it? It is 7. So that grants me 4 melee attacks.
Daniel,
Yes.
you are closing range on the grunts and the jackals, I do believe. Well, the jackal.
Yeah.
So you're in about 25 meters or so away from the grunts, who are still just running around screaming.
Is it possible for me to go up behind it and just like stab it in
its
the throat
neck.
or execute it?
Yes. If you
Well,
can
well,
grab
that's-
the little bastards. So that would
Oh,
be
yeah,
a grappling
that's
check.
Grappling. It's a grappling. Okay.
And
And no modifier because Tom's done.
yeah.
Viking, can you mark me as GM?
Yes.
That would take it away from me, wouldn't it?
No, it'll give it to both of us.
Okay.
So you do it in the... So you know the menu before the actual game?
Okay, I'll do that afterwards then.
Okay.
Okay, so you grapple him. I'm not going to make you do a melee check because you've got hold of the little bastard, so just plunge your knife into his neck. But I am going to state that doing this, you have basically just dropped your gun on the floor.
Okay. Do you want me to roll damage? Or is
Yes, just roll melee damage. Stabby damage. So, this grunt is running around screaming, and basically you just grab him by the head as he runs past you once you've made your way over, and you just rip your knife out from your armor and just stab him in the throat, and the screaming turns to gurgles, and then it stops. And he just goes limp in your hand, sliding out of your grip. So the jackal is actually going to try and claw at you, because jackals have claws.
You do?
They do.
This will be interesting.
They're not very good, but they have them. Actually, jackal claws are quite dangerous. Not so much to a Spartan, but they're quite dangerous.
Oh yeah, they got really long fingers.
But they're like chickens. They're bird type species, so they actually do have really quite sharp claws.
They're birds?
They're a bird type species. They're not actually birds, but Let me just actually have a look to see if there is
They
anything.
they look like dinosaurs.
Birds are the close living relative to dinosaurs, so there's not a this is a jackal claw.
Viking. This is what I'm imagining.
Sorry, what are you imagining?
This is what I'm imagining.
Not quite. I mean, similar, but not quite.
except I probably.
There doesn't appear to be any. Well, let's see if he can make it first, actually. And then I'll just dictate how much damage it does. So, warfare melee. I'm going to say you're pretty close, so he's going to get a +10. Oh, he manages it.
Can I evade?
You can certainly try evading.
I thought he was stabbing at me.
No.
4 degrees.
So, as this jackal, or this Kigya, to give them the correct name, basically doesn't know what else to do, so he frenziedly jumps at you, trying to scratch at you, and you just basically step out of the way, and he falls flat on his face. Still scratching into the dirt, but that's about it.
So he's
That's
now
about it.
prone, or has he
He's
just got
prone currently, just scratching at the floor.
Good. That's where I wanted him to be.
Cassius is going to
What do you
run
mean?
over to the other grunt and use the butt of his shotgun as a weapon.
Don't even bother shooting him.
Let's see if he can actually hit, or if he's going to completely fuck it up.
That reminds me of like the
Hey!
XCOM 2, and like the guns in the alien's face, like chance to
yeah.
hit 60%.
Yep. Accurate.
Hey, one thing, Viking, can you do the how would you like? So if you kill something, the player gets to determine how it goes down.
I will if it's a boss type thing, or a nemesis, or like a
What
shipmaster.
about the little one?
Yeah, but Matt Mercer doesn't go, how do you want to do this when they're fighting a single goblin?
Unless they're trying to do something fancy to the goblin. Fine, flourishes. Flourishes for basic guys, and how do you want to do it for the big guy? Because this is going to play into what I'm going to do next.
Okay. So Tom basically comes running up with the shotgun, and rather than blowing the grunt away, he just spins it round and basically uses it as a baseball bat and just slams this grunt around the face, breaking its neck. His head doesn't quite come off, but it came pretty damn close by the looks of things, as the neck snaps in such a way that the grunt is now facing his methane tank.
Ooh.
As it just crumples to the ground. Tigris, you are standing over a frenzied jackal that is laying on the floor.
Because basically, Sega gets 7 attacked. How do you roll that into the? It's like
7 attack?
Yeah. I'm doing melee, and it says because I have army combative and I have a warfare melee modifier of 7 because of my dice, I get 6 for the full action. How do you determine how many times you roll? Is it you roll and then you do 6 types of damage, or do you just do 6?
So, what are you doing?
I'm basically trying to kick attack the shit out of.
Oh, you're trying to kick him. Okay.
Yeah, because it says warfare melee modifier go down. I have a melee modifier of 7. Go across because I'm an army combative. It gives me 6 for the full act. But like, how is that 6 attacks or 6 rolls of damage?
That's incredibly confusing. I'm going to say if you
Yeah.
successfully kick him with the melee, you will add your strength checks and your strength and your strength modifier from Mythic together. So you will
Okay.
do a potential of a
Okay, so
12
basically
damage.
he's now on the floor. I basically want to curb stomp him.
You want to curb stomp him? Ah, that's a different thing.
Stamp on his head, basically.
Yeah, if you do a successful melee warfare check, then you will just crush his skull under your boot.
But it's not a fail.
Hmm?
Or it's not a fail.
No.
Wait, hit.
You successfully just basically
Curb
just
stomp.
bring your boot down on his face, driving this long nose of the Kegyar into the dirt as the rest of his skull catches up with it.
Yeah.
And his face now resembles that of a pancake. And that ends combat. You have wiped out all of them at this checkpoint. And that is where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Right.
Wow, that was quick.
Everybody left.
Well, there's only 2 of you left for a start.
4 times he was coming back.
We did, but it's been like
It's been nearly an hour since he said that. And he said I'm going to be half an hour. And I've got to get food. And I did want to try and keep these to about 3 hours.
man, it's been about 3 hours.
3 hours and 6
Yeah,
minutes.
All right.
And apparently Cool Guy is tired, so...
It's 2 in the afternoon.
It's not... It's like 7:15 in the evening for me.
Yes.
But
Your
yes,
point being.
we will be back next Sunday, hopefully with more people. As it won't be Easter, and we will